For the record, the time exactly is 5:00, 5 o'clock on the nose. As I call your name, please just say that you're present so that we can move on. Sergio Coronado.
Here.
Alfred Gonzalez.
Here.
Ruben Gonzalez.
Here.
Jack Loveridge.
Here.
Eduardo Mena.
Present.
Jackie York.
Here.
Lori Searles.
Here.
Shane Haggerty is not here, and I'm Tanny Berg, and I am here. We will start with the Pledge of Allegiance, as we always do. You have it in front of you, if you don't mind rising for just a moment as we face the flag. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. And to the Texas flag as well. Honor the Texas flag. I pledge allegiance to thee, Texas, one state, under God, one and indivisible. Thank you. Do we have any acknowledgements?
No, we don't have, we don't have any anniversaries this month.
That's all.
And no public comment?
No public comments?
No, sir, no public comment.
Okay, so if we'll go to number 2 is the approval and signing of the minutes. You all received the minutes via email. I read through them. I thought they were fine. Did anyone find any additions or corrections? And if not, I'll entertain a motion to accept them the way they were presented.
I move to approve.
Lori.
Second.
And seconded by Ed. All in favor say aye.
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 Opposed? Okay, it passes unanimously. Number 3, review and approval of the financial reports October and November.
We would like to ask permission, since the auditors are here, if we could move that after the audit, so the auditors can go over the audit with the board. Would that be all right,
I
Chair?
think that's a great idea. I think we better know where we are before we know about where we're
Yeah.
going. So so we have our auditors are here, and you have a copy of the audit report in front of you. It's all yours.
Thank you. I'm Teresa from Peña Briones McDaniel.
Speaking of the microphone because it's got to go back.
Sorry. Is that better?
Can you hear?
No.
Yes.
Okay, so the first thing we're going to do is we're going to go over the 5-year plan. And I'll keep this very brief.
I'm sorry? If you could speak up a little bit.
Okay,
I'm having a
sure.
hard
With
time.
the air conditioner, it's hard to
It's just
hear.
the noises, and I got a lawyer next to me, that's even worse. So if you could speak up.
Okay. Okay, so we're going to start with this. I just wanted to point out that this is a 5-year plan, or the 5-year summary. And for the total assets, they increased by 54% over the past 5 years. And this year increased by 10% compared to the prior year. And on the net pension liability, it increased by 70% since 2021. And the net position has increased by 30% over the past 5 years. And the revenues have increased by 44% since 2021, with an 8% increase from the prior year.
Question.
Yeah, of course.
Net position. Net position. What does that mean?
Net position, that's the difference between your total assets and your total liabilities. This is like equity. So this is the amount of money that you have that you can spend in the future on whatever you need to spend it on. It's not actual cash, but it's like, I don't know how else to describe it. It's like equity.
This is money we can spend?
It's not actual cash. It just shows that the
Like our
like-
building equity and our building, that type of
Yeah.
equity. Cars.
Equity,
In a
equity.
for-profit, it might be like
Net
fixed.
worth.
Like fixed.
Like fixed
it's
assets.
like in a for-profit. It's like
Net worth.
net worth. Mhm.
Right, right. That's-
Oh, I see.
So we don't have the cash, but we have,
If we were to sell this building, this is something.
but that would be part of that.
Mhm.
I got you. I'm sorry.
No worries.
And I do want to let the board know, we were very stringent this year when we met with the entities last year. And of course, we had increased our staffing. We had several of them said, we understand why you're increasing, but can you hold off a little bit on hiring or replacing? So we did listen and we did hold off some. So we did have a little bit more left over in that line item because we waited a little bit to fill those positions. We did not use the contingency fund, so that, because we were very careful with our equipment, didn't have to replace anything. We had that available that was not spent. So that's why you're seeing a big, and because of salaries not being used, then of course your pension and your other benefits are also had funds. So that's why you're seeing such a jump in the amount of refund that's going to go back to the entities. We do listen, but we do have to plan on, worst case scenarios, and then when we don't use it, the entities get it back. So it's not.
We did not need an election.
That, yes.
And I was going to point that out to you.
We did not need an election, but we will this year.
And we might. So if you see us, we may give this back to the entities, but you may see us ask for almost the same amount again, because if we do need an election and we can't piggyback on another election, it's going to be extremely expensive. We're hopefully not going to have.
And we will, no, we will have to go through the process this year, because 2026 is when we have to replace our 3 elected. So those of you that were elected.
We don't know.
Yes, so Ed, Lori, and
Ed.
Alfred, Mr. Gonzalez, Ms. Searles, and Mr. Mena will be, information will be going out later. I mean, it's not part of the agenda, but just, we'll go through that a little bit later.
So it was only a 2-year?
Yes, for the elected.
I don't know why. I
Now,
thought it
once
was-
the
We
3
did that
get-
on purpose so that they would be staggered.
No, it was that way
No,
by
'cause they're
statute.
under- All
the
our
statute
elected.
By
told us,
statute, yeah.
told us.
So what happens on this one, when the 3 come in, then they will draw, and 2 will be
4-year,
4-year, and 1 will be a 2-year.
right.
But they draw after this election. Because remember that the last election was in May, and this one's now going to be tied into the November election for the 3
Is it
elected
November of
positions.
26 or of 27?
26 is this
So
year.
what I'm saying is, hopefully we can get on the ballot and won't need a separate election just for our
Yeah, but so
candidates.
So
I don't
that
know
money
why I
is
thought it
still
was a
being,
4-year.
that's still in the encumbered. That's not going back to the entities, it's still in our encumbered fund for
Just
the
in
election.
case.
Yeah, so that's not part of this.
Okay, so we're keeping it.
Yes, ma'am. Yes,
We have
that's
no
not part,
choice.
that's
We have
not
no
part of what's
choice.
going back to the entities.
Okay.
All right, go ahead. I didn't mean to interrupt you. I
Yeah,
just-
that's okay. Yes, go ahead.
Okay.
Jason.
Okay, Mr. Pena wanted me to share this. Y'all don't have a copy of this. He just gave it to me yesterday. He wanted me to share this with you. It basically shows that the El Paso median housing prices were $165,000 in 2019, and in 2025 they have increased to over $265,000, which is an increase of $110,000 or 76% increase in the housing median.
On the portion where you show that there's been an increase in the revenue,
Yes.
you don't have any, I mean, I haven't looked through this, I will later, but do you show how much of that is from commercial properties and how much of that is from residential properties?
No, that has nothing to do with the
I
revenue.
just,
No.
so the thing I think is important for us to disseminate to the people of the city is, as our increased revenues have gone up, a lot of that is because of commercial
No, sir.
properties.
I hate to,
I'm praying.
I know,
I'm
I hate to
praying.
say that, I know.
I'm hoping, that was
Okay.
hopeful, that was a
no,
hopeful
no,
thought.
this is our dollars and cents, and it has nothing to do with the valuation. What that
Oh.
increase,
This was
remember
Washington's
that's, yeah,
budget.
this is, yes,
Well,
exactly.
this is just internally, this is
Right,
for
this
us.
is internally,
So this
right.
has nothing to do with what we've actually collected, this is
right.
just what it's costing for us to do the
Now,
job.
one of the reasons we did receive a larger number than what we were
Gotcha.
expecting in additional revenue is we receive monies for late filing of renditions. If they don't file a rendition, then there's a penalty that's applied to them. Well, there was a lot more that didn't file rendition, so we did get a lot of revenue from that. Interest rates were really good this year, so we generated more money off of the interest of the monies that we do have in our certificates and things like that. So we did get more of an interest. So that's why our revenues did go up. Now, next year, because people will not have to render, we may not see that, because the law changed, we may not see that increase. But between that and the interest that we were given, the county also does the vehicle registrations for car dealers, and we get a little bit from that. We didn't get as much this year. Most of it is from the interest. My accounting team did very well in investing in our bonds and stuff that we invest in. They're short-term certificates because, we have to turn everything back over, so that's where that
So I
additional
stand
revenue.
corrected. I think it's very important for the public to know that in no way, shape, mean, or form are our expenses in any way related to the taxes collected. We
Right.
go directly by what we need in order, the minimal amount that we need to do the job that we do. But we are not in any way, shape, mean, or form related to the amount of taxes we collect, and I think that's
Right,
important.
yeah, we have, because
I
we have
just- I
no,
wanted to
that
point
goes
that
to the,
out.
that goes
I
with
should
the
never have made the
entities.
statement.
Yeah,
I have corrected.
I'm sorry, Teresa.
No worries. Okay, now we'll go over a few points on the report. So on page 1, this is our independent auditor's report. And basically, it says that, in our opinion, the financial statements referred to above present fairly the financial position of El Paso Central Appraisal District for the years ended September 30 at 2025 and 2024. That just says we gave you a clean opinion. We didn't find any issues with anything.
No findings. It's not qualified, there's no qualification.
No qualifications. It's, yes. And then on page 25, or I'm sorry, 27, it's the budget to actual. And basically, in the budget, it shows that you're doing a very good job of managing your budget. The total revenue was over budget by $335,000. That's 1.3 variance. And your salaries and wages were under budget by 4%, and the related employee benefits were under budget by 10%. And then your overall expenditures were 8% below budgeted amounts. So you're doing a very good job with your budgeted. And then on the next page, on page 29, this is the information from the pension. And I just wanted to point out that your net pension liability is 1.8 million, and the pension is 94.5% funded. And this is very good because the average is only 80% funded. So you're doing really well with your pension. And then on page 32, this shows a comparison of your expenditures for this year to the prior year. And it shows that your expenditures increased by 822,000, which was only 4%. So again, that's a real good job. And then one more thing, on page 35, this is the report on the auditor's internal control over compliance. And during our audit, we did not identify any deficiencies in internal control that we consider to be material weaknesses. So again, this is a clean opinion. We found no issues. And you have no findings. And that's all I have.
Any
Have any
questions?
questions?
Good job.
Thank you.
We do need to approve this.
I
Yes.
move to approve. Second.
Any discussion? And you, again, I just want to say, this is proprietary to you on this board. It's not something, although it's public, it's not something that we generally share. If you would leave these here afterwards, if you need it to be able to go over it on your own, that's fine. Just bring it back so that we keep them all here. If you do take it home, you bring it back.
Now, these will be submitted to all of the taxing entities,
I
to
mean,
the
it's
financial
public.
departments of the taxing entities or the heads of the taxing entities. They all get a copy of this,
Right.
and it is available to the public if they ask.
If they want.
Yes, yes. Okay, so on number,
So we have a motion to accept and a second. Any discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Passes unanimously, and we thank you very much. Okay.
Yeah.
okay, no, that's okay.
Good job.
Yeah, yes. No. Okay, if we can do the investment policy next, and then we'll go back to
Okay, let's go to the
Number 5.
investment policy number 5, discussion action. If you look under tab 5, usually they correlate. If you look at tab 5, you have our investment policy. This is as of 1995.
There's been some amendments, but there have been no changes in the requirements for the investment policy. Our investment policy is the same as it was last year. I believe last year, the year before, we had to make some language change because of changes in Gatsby, but our investment, we don't have long-term investments, we're not allowed, We vest on a yearly basis because at the end of the year, it goes back. Our encumbered funds, we can invest those a little bit longer. Those are the ones that we use for litigation overrides, or now because of the election. But the investment policy is the same one that you reviewed last year. But every year, we do need to send it to y'all to look at, and if there's any discussion, and have you approve it.
What did you guys change this year?
Nothing.
Nothing.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
We have-
Do you want to, yes, I'm sorry. Thank you. You got to just slap me upside the head and say, I'm still talking.
Okay, so regarding the investment policy, it's part of our audit that we review the investment policy, which complies with the Texas Public Fund Investment Act, and the district is following it, and we have no changes to recommend.
I have a question. We have a bylaws committee?
If we need, it's an ad hoc committee. If we need it, we can assemble it.
We
But
don't.
to have it as a standing committee, we just don't change the bylaws that often.
So policy changes
It's recommended by
get
administration.
and then we approve them.
Right.
Yes, ma'am.
Got it. I was just curious how,
We could,
because I thought about it and I thought, I don't think we have a bylaws.
We really don't have anything that, because what you do is set by statute. So we do have the rules, the ARB rules, policies that you follow. If there is a change, we did, I think, 2 years ago, had to come in and make some changes to upgrade them based on the legislation. But unless that happens,
Okay,
yes, ma'am.
thanks.
could you point out the directly line item on our income investment? Where's our investment income? We may as well just at least look at it. I was trying to find it on page, I guess, 1.
The investment.
Our policy's not gonna, hopefully not gonna change.
No, the policy's not here, but the investments are, let me just,
It would be on page 4, maybe?
Addition penalties.
It's gotta be there somewhere. I was just trying
It's
to.
under our interest income.
Yeah, it's probably under interest income, which is on
Yes.
page 5.
Yes.
I just did some find
Is that right?
yes.
Where are you looking? Where are you looking? Page 4.
total fund.
There you go. So it's down at the bottom.
It's 14,765,000
Oh, up here.
under 2025. And in 2024, it was 11,558,000. So obviously, we have more money in 25 to invest, but, it has to do with the budget. The budget was much larger too.
It's also on page 11, there's a footnote for it.
I knew it was. There you go.
Yep.
On page 11, you actually have it itemized.
Yeah.
But I just wanted to point that out while we're getting ready to vote on this, to let us know what we're talking about. All right, any questions on approving? I need a motion to approve the investment policy to maintain it the way that it's been over the last 10 years.
So moved. I'll second it.
Are there any, is there any discussion, any questions? All right, all in favor of accepting that as our investment policy for 2025 to 26, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Okay, approved. 26, 27, actually. I should have.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. My best to Mr.
Dinah,
Pena.
apologize, Mr. Chair. Dinah, just a question. When is the deadline for us to return the funds back to the entities?
It goes back to the entities in January on their first quarter payment.
Right.
So it will go back to them, I'm sorry, in March.
So, and does our investment policy allow us to invest in the 90-day treasury bills?
We,
We do?
yes.
Because I know that the banks recently, the interest rates have gone down on some of the banks, and maybe we might be able to take advantage during this year to
Yeah.
put some into the
Yeah, no, we do
T-bills.
the 90-day.
Yeah.
We have so much money.
Look at the audit, we have CDs, we have treasuries, we have money markets, and we are doing sweeps. We are doing everything we can to
Right, we don't
Thank
want the
you.
money just sitting there doing nothing.
Thank you.
But yeah, when the entities receive their billing from us for the next quarter, then there'll be a credit on the amount, and there's a sheet in there that shows you guys how much of a credit your entities are gonna get. I can tell you what page it's on, so that you can look it up. It's on, page 34 is the breakdown that'll show, what you received last year and what you're receiving this year. That's the schedule of refunds.
Page 34.
Page 34, in the actual financial statement, not the investment.
Oh,
So each of your entities will
Here.
get back what it shows.
Yeah, so you can see that, what they're, on the audit, yes. So you'll be able to see, so it'll be, show up as a credit on their invoice that we send them.
Obviously proportionate to the amount that you put in. Obviously. All right, any other questions? Did that answer your question, sir? Okay. Okay, shall we go back to do our financial reports, number 3? My favorite person. Go back to the discussion and.
Good evening, Rosa Goldman, Chief Financial Officer. We are presenting the financial report for October and November 2025, which are the first 2 months of current fiscal year. The financial report contains the balance sheet, report of revenues, expenditures, and changes in cash balance, the investment report, and the note to the financial report. For these 2 months, we don't have any notes. All accounts are still between budget. Nothing is over budget. It's too soon. It's just 2 months. So there is nothing really unusual. But if you look at the report that has the investment report, where we have the notes, it's the 3rd page. You look at every month is the 3rd page. You see, we list there our investments. And we do it every month. Every month that we show you the financials is there. We are showing you, where the monies are invested. So,
For that period.
I'm sorry?
For that
For
period.
that period, yes, sir. As of the end of that month, yes. So, if you have any questions, you are welcome to call me anytime.
It's this page that has Rosa
It
and
says
my
investment
signatures.
report. It's not numbered, but it's the last page.
It's the 3rd page. Every month has only 3 pages, and that one is the 3rd page of that month. So we have one for November, and then one for October, and one for November.
So you can see on there, so here, there weren't any 90 days, but now they're going to look at that as an alternative.
Are there any questions?
Any questions on the financial reports for those 2 months? Anybody? Any questions? How about?
I have a question for
Yeah,
the election reserves for November. We have that much money in there?
Yes, 1,327,886 is as a reserve for the election, yes. And then for the litigation, we have 946,502. Yes, sir.
We have a lot more for the election.
Yeah, because if we,
Remember the estimate we got?
it was a lot.
Last year was like $1 million. If we had to do a runoff, then we were gonna have to pay the same thing again. It was like 700 something, so. Now, this one, we're not expecting to be as much because it's a November election and there's a lot, all the entities have got somebody running.
Try and
So-
piggyback off of everybody.
We'll pay a portion, but we probably won't. Rick Medina and myself will be meeting with Lisa Wise at the county. She's the administrator of the election there, election administrator, and we'll start getting things rolling. Probably, by summer, have all that set up. So, and Mr. Longoria will be making sure that we meet the elections code because we only did it once, and now it's our 2nd time, so we're still kind of newbies at it. We want to make sure we meet all the requirements, but that's why and that won't be touched with anything but election. So once we have an idea, plus we have a line item in the budget, once we have an idea, then that item, that encumbered fund for that may very well change. But we don't know. This will be our first real blowout with everybody else.
And of course, if
November.
we don't piggyback with someone, it'll be a lot, I mean, if
Yes,
we
ma'am.
do, it'll be a
So
lot less.
it
Yes,
depends on how
ma'am.
many people are running. We have 3 open
Right.
positions, we had 3 people run. So if more than 3 people run, that makes it more complicated, but we'll see exactly how it plays through, right?
Right.
If there's only 3 people running, and we have 3 open positions, and that's what happened
And we
last
do
time.
know that our 3 are going to
They
We
haven't
hope
said
each of you will
anything.
consider maybe running again, but that's up to each of you independently. And it's open to anybody. We don't get paid. This is a service that you provide to the public, and we appreciate what all of you guys do.
But getting back to the financial statement that's on the agenda.
Which is right, which is right. Thank you.
That's why that item is that at
You know,
that number,
that was,
because of the estimates we were given 2 years ago.
Any questions?
Any questions of Rosa?
All right. Thank you.
Oh, we do need to approve these financials, subject to audit.
move to approve
Move to approve.
financials.
Is there a second? Thank you. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Okay, we approve the financials for those 2 months. All right, going back to our agenda, we now have to discuss something called an ADA, Americans for Disability Act policy package, and it's under tab 6.
Yes, tab 6 and 7. So I'm going to give you a little bit of a background, then I'm going to turn it over. There were some changes and some requirements that we now must have policy and public notice and accessibility under ADA for public, not just for employees on ADA. So David Stone, Rick Medina worked with Gabrielle Melendez, who is our chief police officer, our HR head, and she is going to be the designated person. So if you would like, she put this together, if you would like to visit with her. Gabrielle, you want to? She put both of these together.
Good evening. Gabrielle Melendez, Chief People Officer. If you have any questions for me, but we are required to have a public notice on our ADA policies, so that is included in the packet that you have there. We did create I created the ADA compliance policy as well as our public notice and the accessibility commitment that the appraisal district has. So as Ms. Kilgore said, we have always worked with the public for any accommodations that they may need. That is not new. We've always been doing that. What it is that we have now a designated individual, which would be myself, to handle that through our taxpayer liaison officer. So our taxpayer liaison officer would still be receiving any communications and requests that the public has, and I would be working with Tracy in accommodating and working with the public for the requests that they are seeking. So, but all of this is what is required. Yes, sir.
How much is this going to be cost for us, or everything goes normal? We just making changes on paper.
It is just the assuming the
Responsibilities.
role of the ADA coordinator. So it is basically what I already would be doing internally for employees. It's also nothing new that the appraisal district, we've always done that.
So
This is just forging ahead with a formal person in that position. We just never have had a formal individual as a designee for the ADA coordinator. And so,
Just sets down a template.
So now you're the person, and so is Rick. But we don't have to construct any like sidewalks or
No.
signs.
no,
Oh,
oh,
no,
no. We are completely compliant. The building is compliant. We're not having to do anything of that. What this position would be doing would be working with the public when they, for example, they are impaired in some way and need some help, whether it is visual aid, whether it is American Sign Language interpreting. So, that type of thing, that the public, through our taxpayer liaison, would have a request that they need help while they're here seeking to finish the business that they need. We would work with them. So if they're in a hearing and they need a sign language interpreter, they would let us know ahead of time so that we can work with them and accommodate them in that respect.
So we do that now already.
We've always
Right.
done that.
I did not
We
know
always
that. I did
will.
not know that.
We've always done it. With the difference with that is we had procedures for it, but we didn't have an official policy that the board had approved and an official designee for someone to go to. So HR, that's kind of what they do anyway. So we had to indicate who that person would be that someone would go to, and we wanted to put policy in place. Like I said, we had procedures. We've always accommodated the liaison. They would submit a request to the liaison. HR would help or administration would help, but now we have official policy that the board needs to approve so that we follow that, and designating Gabrielle Melendez as the contact person with Tracy Carter as the liaison. So that way we have the official policy approved by the board on file. If anybody asks, that's our policy. Yeah.
No more questions, I move to approve.
Wait, what I'm thinking we should do is maybe combine number 7 together with number 6. It's just a notice, right? Is number 7 providing notice?
So we do have to post the notice that we are ADA compliant and have.
Number 7 is just posting the notices for number 6.
Right, it's just another,
It's
But they're
together.
two different line agenda items.
we
votes.
put it as 2 in case that's how the board wanted to discuss it, but you can combine it
We've
and
already
vote on it
discussed it, so
together.
we can actually vote on it as one. Either way, however you'd like to do it, it doesn't matter.
So it's a policy package as far as what the appraisal
How
district.
did you put it on the agenda, though?
Well, they did it separately so you could discuss, if you had discussion, that way you could discuss one without having to bring
On
in
the
the
agenda,
other.
it's number
Possible
6 and number
action.
7 as possible action.
Let's just do it
and, yeah.
separately, that'll
Yeah.
make it.
Attorney, what do we do?
You've got them listed as 2 separate items. The first one is intended to allow you to have the type of discussion you
Policy.
had, questions, answers about the policy, get those resolved, make any changes if needed. Item 7 is to host these, so I would handle them separately.
All right, let's just do number 6. Ed makes a motion to approve number 6. Is there a second?
Second.
Second. Any discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay, now the next one, number 7, deals with actually posting notice and gives us the ability to do that with board action. Need a motion to approve that.
Move to approve. I'll second it.
Thank you. Any discussion on that item? Everybody understands it, right?
Yes.
Any, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay, good. That cleans it up.
That's good governance there.
It's-
Yeah.
There's your bylaw committee right there. Okay, number 8 is our taxpayer liaison
Done.
report. Yes, you had it as two.
Good evening, Board of Directors. Tracy Carter, Taxpayer Liaison Officer. I'd like to start off that I will be attending the TAD conference next week in Austin. I'm happy to see that we have a lot of Board of Directors going. I will bring all the seminars, every information we get, I will be bringing that to all of you all. The ARB will have training March the 2nd with their attorney, Roy Armstrong, and March the 3rd with John Traybold, an MAI appraiser. And the ARB.
And I need to interrupt right here with her. The comptroller training is required by the statute. The statute has changed. So Mr. Armstrong and Mr. Traybold, who have been doing that training as hired by the comptroller to do all of the ARB training, then our ARB has requested that they come in and do an additional training, which the board, we budget for and everybody approves. Well, the statute has changed, and the comptroller may not use anybody who has any experience or has dealt with ARBs in the past. or has any experience in dealing with that. They had to go out and get a taxpayer representative who has no experience in this. The comptroller has hired a company out of Carrollton who is dedicated to advocating for property owners and against appraisal districts and ARBs and taxing units as a person who's going to be training the ARBs, the required training.
Against,
That's what I was gonna say,
Yes.
against them?
Yes.
why would they do that?
So Mr. Armstrong did send us a memo that he would still, him and Mr. Trable would still like to be involved or hired as additional training. And so the ARB has asked for that, so that's what Tracy is talking about right now. It's not the required, it's the additional that the ARB has asked for in the past, and we feel is very beneficial
Absolutely.
for the taxpayers and the ARB.
Can you kind of, you lost me, so go back to, can you repeat that again? The beginning, because I want to make sure I got that right.
No, I heard it. No, I heard it right.
So legislation decided to require bias in the comptroller's training. House Bill 1533 requires the comptroller to contract with a taxpayer representative who has never represented an ARB or served on an ARB. This law effectively excludes any lawyer who knows anything about ARBs from participating in the comptroller's legal training. That's the training that they have to have.
And that's House Bill 1533.
1533.
Okay.
Legislator left the comptroller with no real choice. The comptroller has now contracted with a law firm from Carrollton with a practice dedicated to advocating for property owners and against appraisal districts, ARBs, and taxing units.
And that's who's going to train the ARB?
Yes,
The
ma'am.
required
And we're
training.
paying for the Carlton law firm?
We don't have to.
Or the
Yes, we
comptroller?
do.
Oh, we do have to?
We have,
Because of the House Bill.
yeah, we've always, there's only been, I think, 1 year where the comptroller didn't require a fee for the ARB. So normally it's what, $35, $50 fee that we have, 45 ARB members. So and because this is required, the comptroller can charge a fee or not charge a fee. And they charge about $50 per ARB member. An ARB member may not serve on a panel and make a decision and be able to vote if they have not had that training when it was offered. So it is required.
So they have to do this training,
We pay for it.
but you want to add,
We have in the past. That's what Ms.
More
Carter's
training.
talking about. Yes. So this is what Ms. Carter's talking about. That's coming up in March. This is additional training that the ARBs in the past have met with us and said, hey, we want to have additional training. We need more than 1 day. We need our ARBs to have more than 1 day. So we brought in Mr. Armstrong and Mr. Trable because they were the ones that were doing the comptroller required training. So for the past, I want to say 6 years, they have been doing additional training, and it's usually after the comptroller's training. Comptroller has not been able to set up when that training is going to be.
that was my
So
next question.
that-
So they
yes.
have not had the required yet from the House Bill,
Right.
from that company yet. That has not been scheduled. And then they're going to have this additional
Correct.
on the second and third.
Correct. Mr. Trable is an MAI appraiser who they're here for like full days. They're here about 2.5 days that they come in.
That's the one we went
he's an
to
MAI.
last year, right?
Yes,
we
yes,
went there.
that's
Okay.
one, yes, that's the one y'all attended
there.
last, yes, that's right.
I would
And
like
And y'all are invited
you'll be
to
invited
attend.
to come
to
again.
go to this new one, see what
I
kind of
would
material
too.
they put out.
And
Yeah.
I would like to also ask, are they going to contradict each other?
We don't know.
Hopefully not.
I'm not going to answer that because I don't
Are they
know.
gonna allow us to see
Now,
the
that
board?
training is online.
I was gonna say it's online.
It's not even in person anymore. They used to come to El Paso because we're so far west. They would come, but they quit coming. It's all done online. And that you have to sign in. We have to register the ARB members, and they sign in. And then now, some districts, the ARB members will do the training at home. Once the training's over, they have to have that certificate and bring it into the office. Our ARB officers like to do it here and have all the ARB members come here, and then we log on to the training. So that way, if they have any questions,
And
the
you
ARB
know that they
officers
were
are here.
actually online.
Yes, and we know that they actually are, yes.
How long is that training? Do you know?
I would definitely like to
one day.
attend both.
Well, it's like, it's one day for new board members, and then it's another additional day for, or half day for existing board members. That's
For the
that's
new one.
required, so that's why we agreed to bring in this additional training. Y'all,
That's
yes,
why I had to
Ms.
have you
York, you
repeat
went,
it.
yes,
I
yes.
hope they don't confuse the new.
And now y'all are invited, Tracy, if you want to give those dates again.
March
Yes.
2nd and 3rd.
Yeah, so March 2nd, March 3rd, it'll be at the El Paso Water Tech HTO Center.
March 2nd and 3rd, Monday and Tuesday.
Yes,
Which
at
is where?
10751 Montana.
There it is.
And please be expecting 8 to 5, both days.
That's where it was last year.
Yes, and we'll love to have you all there to learn more.
And coffee's on your own. Bring a water bottle. They have water there. You can fill up the water bottle. And lunch is on your own. We had issues
Last
with
year they
things
had the
last
coffee.
year, so we're not doing that this year. So bring your coffee on your way in. Pick up
So
your
what
coffee.
are you doing? You're going to break then for lunch?
Yes, we'll break for lunch and everybody can go to lunch and then come back.
I think we need to be there.
What were your issues, if you don't mind me asking? I'm curious because you have them sitting here from 8 to 5.
No, they break for lunch. They broke for lunch
I know,
last
but
year.
no coffee, no nothing for them?
They bring their own. They bring their own. That's all I'm going to say. They need to bring their own.
Okay.
Yeah.
Your reason.
And we certainly encourage the ARB committee that is on this board to
Yes.
attend those
Oh, yeah.
trainings. But it'll be open to anybody. If any of you want to go and
I
you're
know,
not
if you
on the
don't
ARB
have
committee,
coffee, I'm not.
certainly we'll make it available to you, but we really encourage the
And
committee.
it's good training. Let me tell you, you learn a lot. And that way you know what your people are actually learning. I just hope that this new training that they're going to give them doesn't conflict with
Well,
what
it's
they
got
already
to.
know.
Well, Ms. Carter will be she'll be attending all the training. We will sign her up to do the online training also. As your liaison, then she can come and give you a report as to the training that is happening with the outside extra training, and then with the comptroller training. She will be attending that, so she can come and give you a report as to what was discussed and how it was perceived.
And I'd like to request that they do let us know when that other one is. So
As soon as
can
we know,
come in.
as soon as Ms. Carter knows, we'll be signing up the ARB members. We'll make sure that y'all know so that if you want, we can register you also. You can do it from home, yeah. Or you can come in with the other ARB members. It's your call.
The ARB chairman did call the state comptroller's office today, and they said it's not ready yet. Probably won't be ready till mid-March on the state comptroller's training.
Might get an updated tab. Maybe they'll give you.
I believe so.
I'm just saying. they'll
Yeah.
probably get it.
And the ARB will also be in session March 16th through the 18th to hear motions to correct. So these are the late protests. Now on the ARB members. We did have one ARB member resign, Maria Garcia, due to medical issues. And we may possibly have 2 more people resigning. I'm just waiting to receive resignation letters or to hear from the person if they're going to still be part of the appraisal review board. So Michael Peters will now be part of the appraisal review board, and he was put on November 20th, 2025, when we had our board of directors
He
meeting.
was an alternate.
He was an alternate that Mr. Mena had read in.
And he was on the board previously, right?
Yes.
We have
Well, he's
alternates. I
already
think we have
trained.
3 alternates.
Good.
We had 7 alternates.
So we're down to how many now? 3?
No, now we're going to have 6 left.
We have
So
6.
I am possibly looking for 2 more. So I'll go to the number 2 on the list, and then to the number 3.
You can't give me those names right now, right? Who are possibly? Never mind. I'll talk to you
Possibly
later.
because we're not sure yet. I
Probably
have
not
not.
sure they're
yeah,
gonna resign
probably
yet.
better not to,
Yeah.
Yeah.
because they're not
Never
necessarily.
mind.
Until we receive official notification that they are resigning,
Right.
email, letter,
No, I never said
And the
nothing.
other 2 are medical as well.
I never said that. Okay.
we're not sure.
But
Okay.
we do have there is a procedure that makes sure that we have enough people on the ARP.
Right.
So don't think that we're short. We have a procedure, and I didn't know, but we have 7 alternates.
Have you
And the board
constantly-
we already
We've
approved those
approved,
alternates.
all been
so
approved
we
by
don't have
the
to approve them again.
subcommittee
Yeah.
and the board as a whole.
You've reached out to Mr. Peters already?
Yes, he has accepted.
He's on board, okay, beautiful.
Okay, and then next thing I have for y'all, I have a blue folder right in front of you. We had a property owner administrative complaint, and I want to give you guys like a procedural history and basis of this. So the property owner's representative came in, filed a timely protest on June 6th. The ARB issued an order reducing to lower the appraised value. After that determination, the taxpayer representative filed a motion to correct a 2525C clerical error. At that time, that motion was not considered and it was denied by the Appraisal Review Board on October 14th. The ARB denied hearing the case because clerical error was not found. Subsequently, the property owner filed an administrative complaint stating that the ARB relied on verbal-only explanation from the CAD appraiser referencing 23.23E without any written evidence or only verbal explanation. On October 15th, after I reviewed the case, on October 15th, I spoke to the property owner's representative and told him that I reviewed the hearing and that I did not hear the appraiser mention in the hearing about 2323E. So then the property owner went ahead, he listened to the case also, and he sent an email stating that the complaint was resolved. So the complaint was resolved as of October. Then comes January 20th. The property owner's representative filed an additional administrative complaint after submitting another 2525C clerical error motion to correct. The ARB declined to hear the matter because the same issue had previously been heard and denied on October 14th of 2025. The board's decision was based on the principle that a motion addressing the same ground had already been arrived to. It's already been denied. After further and extensive review from the Paso Central Appraisal District, the Appraisal Review Board, and the Appraisal Review Board's legal counsel, it was determined that the 2525C motion to correct would be reheard after all in March. So the case will be scheduled for rehearing before the ARB in the March hearings. On February 2nd, I notified the property owner's representative that that the ARB was to rehear his case again. And then on February 2nd, the same day, property owner's representative filed an additional administrative complaint alleging that the panel chairman engaged in ex parte communications with the ARB chairman and that the evidence had been removed from the panel. After reviewing the hearing process and circumstances, those allegations were not supported. The interactions referenced consisted solely of a procedural question from the panel. The ARB attorney advised that this type of procedural inquiry does not constitute ex parte communication. And on the issue of the allegation of the evidence being removed, the record reflects that the property owner's representative requested that the ARB panel the panel chair would obtain additional copies for him. So that way each of the board members in the panel will have their copies to see it. So the property owner's representative requested that he take the evidence to go make copies of.
And bring it back.
And bring them back. So what happened in that case, the panel chair agreed and said, yeah, I'll go make copies for you. Collected the documents and was going to go make copies for him. But during that time, he did go speak to the chairman of the Appraisal Review Board saying, hey, this case has already been reheard. What's the procedural? Do we rehear it again? What do we do? So at that time, the ARB chairman said, no, we will not hear it again at that time because it was already heard and denied.
The copies did not come back yet.
So no, the copies did not come back yet. But after that, when he got back into the panel, he returned the copies. When he told them that the hearing
The decision was made while the copies were out. That's all I'm just going to say.
Yes.
Is that what they're saying, that there's ex parte communication? That's what
He's saying that there's ex parte communication because the panel chairman had to go ask the ARB chairman on what the procedural question would be if it was already heard in October.
Was there any policies broken or any?
No, sir. We had
That is our
contacted the
process.
ARB attorney.
That is a policy.
Okay. So then why the complaint then?
Well, they can file a complaint.
But nothing's done.
No, and it's gonna be reheard. We're gonna rehear this.
They're
case
gonna
tomorrow.
rehear it anyway. They're gonna rehear it.
With the
We're
new,
doing the right
This
thing.
is last year in October, right?
Yes.
No,
yes.
it's gonna still
This
be,
is
because they are
ARB.
not gonna have their state comptrollers training yet, so they cannot participate, the new ARB.
so will it be the same panel though?
No, it'll be
No,
different.
different people,
That's what I
different
meant.
Yes,
appraiser,
different panel, totally.
different
Yes.
ARB members,
Okay.
different.
Okay, wow.
And that's all they're asking for now.
Does
Are
anybody
you,
have?
you're just, this is for information purposes only. You don't
No,
have any-
she needs to tell us everything.
No, we're being told, but we're not asked for any sort
Right,
of.
no, no.
Because it
it's
was a
good that we-
complaint file.
Right,
have to tell
we
the
need
board.
to know, but there's no vote that you have to
No,
take.
no, no, this is
It's
just
just gonna
information.
handle itself through the ARB attorney, and we'll be they'll probably get a report, summation report at the next meeting, so we'll find out what happened.
Being
This
as,
is FYI.
being as the board now is the folks who appoint the ARB members and the officers, normally this would be a report that Ms. Carter would give to the local administrative judge, but now these reports go to y'all because it was a complaint filed by a property owner regarding something that y'all now are part of. Sorry.
Was it the property owner? Because I see
The
a
agent.
name down here.
The agent.
It's an agent, right?
Yes, sir.
Which is the same, we see that, we see them as one and the same.
Yes.
So the agent acts for the property.
Representative for the property owner.
Agent is property owner.
Well,
No,
they're different,
It could be an
unless
attorney.
he acts
They
on his own
hired
behalf,
somebody
but at
to
the end of the
represent
day, an agent acts on behalf of the property owner, and we see them as one entity.
I understand.
They
But,
were
but they could be
hired
the
to
same
represent
person,
them.
but in this case, they're not.
Okay.
Any questions of Tracy on that matter only? We have other things to discuss, but on that matter, okay, go ahead, Tracy. Thank you. Any questions at all about Tracy? How about that?
She's doing a
I
great
am
job.
done. If anybody has any questions,
We
please.
may ask the ARB subcommittee to meet to build back up our reserve of alternates. If we see that our alternates are drawing down, we may want to bring back 2 or 3 new alternates to bring our numbers back up to 6 or 7.
That's a great question. How are we doing as far as, I know last year we went through almost all of them. That's
Yeah,
why we
we-
decided to do 7 this year.
we did.
We're doing good.
We're doing good.
Because normally everybody who's going to resign resigns right now.
Right.
By the time we get the training and everything, everybody pretty
On
much
board.
stays. Yeah.
It should be okay then.
And we had 7.
That's
Which,
7.
thank goodness, you guys had a lot, which
Well,
gave us.
basically you have 6 now, because
Yeah.
one did fill a position.
Right.
But if we see that we're really working down, like maybe 2 others, then we'll ask you to convene again and build it back up to 6 or
Well,
7.
And we
I'll
do
ask you a
have 12
silly
panels
question.
going.
The 6 that got chosen for reserve, none of them have dropped because they were upset they weren't chosen
No.
to be, right?
They're
So
still on
we
the
still
reserve.
have
They
them all.
wanted to
Yes,
be
ma'am.
on reserve.
We did verify they're all still.
And some
Yes,
of them may not accept.
Right, if we
whatever
ask them,
reasons.
they may
Yeah,
turn
some
it
of
down.
them may
year-
have another
Yeah.
job.
They've changed their mind.
Yeah, because I remember last
This
year.
isn't a job, it's a service.
Yes, it is a service.
It's not a job. So we don't want to define it as a job.
It's not-
This
yes.
is service.
They don't get a salary.
Was that the only complaint, Tracy?
1099.
Yes.
And
I'm
any
sorry, I had to
questions?
give you the whole history of it.
And it's for
Any
this.
questions of Tracy? Again, a lot of these things relating to the new laws are going to be hopefully at least discussed at the TAD convention. And hopefully for our next meeting, a lot of these things that seem to be in the air will be nailed down. Any questions? Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay. We're glad to have you back. We missed you.
Oh, thank you. I miss this place
I want you to
very
we
much.
missed you.
Yes, we did.
Yes, I've decided I am not retiring ever.
We're not gonna let you, so that's
So
a
we
pretty,
keep you
so
young.
that's a
What do you
pretty
mean?
even
All,
thing.
all those problems that we give you would keep you on your.
You know what?
Keep you on
Now
the edge.
that's funny.
Yeah, being at home with my husband for 2 weeks.
That's funny.
You work
No.
harder at home, you don't get paid.
He's
No,
doing good.
David was good, but it's
Oh.
not you. So I'm just letting you know.
Okay, I'm going to keep my report brief.
Okay.
Okay, just real briefly, because we want to go into executive for a short time and then have your training. I just wanted to let y'all know, we did something different with the tax office this year. You know, the last week of January, we always let them bring a mobile unit into our parking lot. Well, the city called us, the city tax assessor, Maria Pasillas, called me at the end of that last year and said, can we do something else? Because the expense for the city tax office on that was pretty high. They were going up because they have to pay for the mobile unit, their security guard, their staff, because only their staff can be in there. So we came up with, when y'all first come in, right behind the elevators, in front of the mapping department, we have a panel room area. Well, we set that up for them the last 6 days of January so that they could take payments from the property owners to come in and pay their taxes. It was a huge success. It was a huge, they brought their own staff. We told them they have to have their own equipment. They have to, everything, they have to bring their own hotspots if they can't connect, Wi-Fi wise, which they did. The first morning was a little rocky, but we got everything set up. Everybody was able to wait pretty much inside. Miss Carter was there to help people if they needed a bill printed. It went really smooth, and I wanted to give you the numbers. They were so excited, the numbers, that they would like to do that again next year. And we're looking at different venues where we could put them to have a little more space so that we don't get so backed up. Because people trying to get to mapping or to the bathroom, it got a little crowded. And then the lobby, right there, going to deeds and exemptions or something. So we're looking at some other areas possibly coming up here to the ARB panel room so that we won't be having hearings. We don't have hearings at the same time, and setting up something there. But they collected $5,357,646 and change.
Wow.
They processed over 1,400 transactions. Last year they collected $3,643,000, and they had about 1,200 transactions. So about 200 more transactions, but almost what was it in difference in value? I think I had it down here. Up last year.
Great success.
Was about $1.7 million increase in dollar transactions that they had here. So they were very, very excited that we were able to, and they received a lot of very positive comments from the taxpayers. They were very happy. They didn't have to wait outside. The weather, we were lucky that week was nice, but we've been weeks where it's been snow and rain and what have you. The county tax office also does collections for them throughout the whole year. This year, we did have them bring in a drop box. When the bills went out in October, they dropped off a drop box here that Miss Carter and our staff would, if somebody wanted to just drop a payment, showed them how to fill out the envelope and just drop it. And once a week, they would come. And they said they would like to do that again next year. And that's just right inside the doorway. So, we do like to work with our entities hand in hand and helping out the public. So that was a really good process that went over really well with the public. And like I said, they've already come and said, where can we do it again next year? So we're really happy. The City of El Paso gave their city department class that they do. They have through their economic, I think, development, they go to all the departments of the city. Well, when they do the tax office, they want to do the appraisal district. Even though we're not part of the city, we're part of the whole process. So we've been doing it here in our classroom. We did it again this year. They didn't have it last year, but this year they did. And we were the first ones of the 14-week training that they do of people that sign up for it. We had 70 people show up. So we had 70 folks that came in. We gave our presentation about the appraisal district. I did, and then the tax office gave their presentation on the collection part of it and the penalties and interest and all of that stuff. And we had very, very positive feedback. We didn't get any numbers from them, but they did say that they were very pleased. They learned a lot. The reception was very positive, and they'd like to do that again next year. So, again, the things that we do, I wanted to let y'all know. All right, and I am done, so we can go into executive.
Any questions of our chief appraiser? Again, we're all happy that Johnny's doing better. And,
Thank you.
we miss you a lot.
Thank y'all for your thoughts and your prayers and everything. Appreciate it.
We do have one item that we need to discuss in executive session. And then we'll go into this training, which shouldn't take very long. I'm hopeful that we'll be out of here by 6:30, maybe at the latest. We do need to go to executive
Yes.
session. So I need a motion to adjourn the meeting temporarily, so we can go into executive session.
Motion
Second?
to adjourn meeting?
Second.
No, go into executive session. You can just go there.
Oh, I
It's just an agenda item.
All right, then it's an agenda item. We're just gonna, so we need actually for everybody to give us the. Motion to come out of executive session.
No, you just announced
You
your.
just announce it and say
I
the
just
time.
make the announcement, I have to read. No action was taken, no vote was taken. And now, the time is exactly 6:09. I need a motion for adjournment.
Move to adjourn.
Second.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay, we stand adjourned, but we do have a training. It shouldn't take us more than a half an hour.